Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Well, it's a crisp, clear day outside, but it's beautiful inside here in the Sawyer Center where the SNU, Southern Nazarene University Crimson Storm, is set to take on the Southwest Baptist Bearcats out of Springfield, Missouri. I'm Grant McNew alongside Kent Gerard. Kent, it's a pleasure to have you on your first time here in volleyball.
Great to be here. Crimson Storm looking to follow through off of some and capitalize off of some great wins here late. Hopefully a good tune-up match here today, Grant.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to be facing the Southwest Baptist Bearcats, like we said, who come in 6-3 overall. We do want to make that clear. They're 6-3. This is a solid team coming into the Sawyer Center. Kent, all the way from Springfield, Missouri. They didn't make that long drive just to roll over.
Absolutely not. You know, you never want to. Being an athlete myself, you never want to make a long drive. You got to be mentally tough on the road. It's going to be tough either way. But Crimson Storm here going to look to get some shots early and hopefully get a couple jump sets up on this team so that they can feel confident going into maybe their future matches and obviously to just finish out this match.
Yeah, absolutely. And taking a look at some of the past matches for this Bearcat squad, they played some GAC opponents. They beat Southern Arkansas 3-1. They beat Northwestern OSU 3-0. These are squads that you're going to see if you are Southern Nazarene. Now, they did lose to Henderson State 1-3, but Henderson is looking like one of the premier squads in the GAC this season. And here we are on September 15th in Bethany, Oklahoma, where Southern Nazarene will be the fourth Great American Conference opponent for the Bearcats. On the other side of things, Southern Nazarene University coming in hot off of the tournament where they saw Sunny Bachelet get her 1,000th kill of her career, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But as of right now, this game in front of us is looking like it's going to be a wonderful one. SNU coming in 7-3 overall, highlighted by a 2-set comeback against UCO where the Broncos fell here in Bethany. That one was a highlight of the game, a highlight on the schedule. I think one of the craziest games I've ever been a part of.
You know, Grant, that's got to be a huge confidence boost for the team you struggled with for so long and finally able to get over that hump and be able to deal with them properly. It's going to be a challenge today, obviously, when you're playing someone that's out of your conference. Sometimes you can get a little bit overconfident. You can get a little bit cocky, think you're in your own building, think you're comfortable, and you're dealing with, your own fans, your own crowd. You really just have to tighten down. There's a wide variety of talent here for the Storm. Got a lot of good key pieces, a lot of returners. Didn't lose too many people from last season, but you've got to make sure you put your role players in their best spots to succeed, and that is going to be pivotal here today.
Yeah, you talk about returning players for SNU. How about some of the returning players for Southwest Baptist SBU? One player I wanted to highlight, that's Peyton Kramer. So far this season, check this out, Kent, 116 digs.
That's phenomenal.
That is 5.04 digs percent. Absolutely incredible. She's a junior out of Colorado Springs, the defensive specialist who may see her play libero, depending on how the night goes. One of those players that SBU is extremely excited for this season. But I also want to point out, schedule-wise for Southern Nazarene, they've already started conference play. They've beaten East Central 3-0 in Ada. That came on the 12th last Tuesday, and that was their last match that they've been a part of. So 3 days past that, and you're here again with another test at home.
Absolutely. You're looking to keep the momentum rolling forward. Sometimes these can feel a little bit empty, a little bit quiet. Not a whole lot of people going to show up necessarily. Hopefully be a packed house, but not necessarily for a non-conference opponent. So it's really going to be almost scrimmage-like atmosphere, really looking to narrow in on what you're trying to focus on the fundamentals. Can Coach Ingram, can he really get his girls to do what they've been working on every single week in practice and not necessarily think you can skip any of those steps simply because you're playing someone that you won't play consistently?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Ingram is so good at, getting his players to buy into what he's selling, getting his players to step into practice, like you said, say, okay, these are real sets. These are real attempts that we're going at on the offensive end, real digs on the defensive end. They're going all in, full effort, game speed. It seems like every time I've walked in on a practice, it's been, okay, these girls are intense. If I get out on that floor, I might get hurt.
Absolutely, and with a couple of the new additions, Brianna Malden, Vanilla Burney,
Yes.
Kayla Marshall, Savannah Johnson, some of those new incoming freshmen, Sometimes you can think, I'm the upperclassman, I got to be able to show them the ropes. But I'm glad that we've been able to storm so far with a couple of those new additions, have been able to strain those upperclassmen, be able to get them, look, we do have to take every set serious. We can't simply take any volleys off because, you never know. One of them maybe come up through your spot, Grant.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And coming for your spot, one player that I think of that could definitely threaten that is Rayanna Malden, the freshman. She's got 80 kills so far in the season. We played 10 games. She's a freshman that's come in, has 80 kills. And I feel like that's something that you have to highlight if you're Southern Nazarene University, the fact that you have Sunny Bachelet, 1,000-kill player, Whitney Bowie coming off of an all-tournament selection, Kaylee Brubaker, who's an incredible passer, been incredible with the digs, Madeline Lynch, who defensively is one of your best, if not one of the best players in all of the GAC. And now you've got a freshman class highlighted by Rayanna Malden, who's coming in and making an impact on teams where if she were on any other team, it seems like in the GAC, she might be the girl.
Absolutely, and it's going to be different for team dynamics, I'm sure, losing a couple people and adding in some new freshmen. It's going to be important as the season progresses. Can the Crimson Storm integrate those key pieces, like I said before, where they need to be put in? Because a lot of times it's not about the talent. It's not about your game plans. You must these are college athletes we're talking about, Grant. You got to be able to put people in their most comfortable position. And so if you can do that night in and night out, which I think Coach Ingram has really been stressing to his team over the last weeks, do what you do best. Do not try to pull yourself out of your comfort zone. Play in your comfort zone and do it to the best of your ability.
Man, you are absolutely correct. And you talk about it being not just about the talent. My thoughts my basketball mind immediately goes to last year's Arkansas Razorback basketball team, highlighted with some of the best talent in all of the country, and a disappointing season overall for the regular season. Why? Talent doesn't just mean success. You've got to be able to put people in the right situations, in the right spots, and have those players come in and say, okay, this is do or die. Every play is my last. That's the mentality that I think we've seen from SMU so far, and I expect to see through the rest of the season, especially tonight. Because if you talk to any of these girls, you go talk to Whitney Bowie before Chapel, Kent, you'll hear she's excited. She's fully bought in, as are the rest of the girls, into what Coach Ingram has brought to the table, and they believe they are the team to beat in the GAC.
And just one player that I really want to highlight who I think has bought in, even as a younger player and now being an upperclassman, Tatum Smith, probably one of the better, if not the best defensive specialist on the back row for the Crimson Storm. Probably a very underrated player, doesn't get a whole lot of notice. Really important on keeping those kill attempts from opponents, keeping those from finding their mark. I think that really gives life to those people playing up front, because I remember playing in high school myself, Grant, and it's just really deflating if you think if it just gets past the front row, then you're done for. Really helpful for Smith, looking to have another good match here tonight.
Yeah, and she's one of those players that her personality itself isn't loud. You're not going to notice that. But when you sit there, you watch the film, you go, oh my goodness, she changed the course of that game. Looking just at her stats this season, 124 digs. That's 3.18 per set. That's an incredible spot to be at for Tatum Smith, as somebody that kind of slides under the radar a lot of times on scouting reports. Now, defensively, being able to rely on her alongside Madeline Lynch, alongside Kaylee Brubaker, and some of the other players that we see a lot of, Brecken Myers being one of them, it's just dangerous. It's dangerous, and it's seemingly impossible to score against this squad of Crimson Storm players. The block numbers aren't going to jump out at you for SNU, but the dig numbers absolutely will. With that, we've got about 3 minutes until starting lineups. Kent, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking jump out early as much as you can. Utilize those key positions, such as you've got Sunny, you've got Whitney. Use those people early. Use your height. Use the advantages that you have, and try to go ahead and jump out early in this first set. Give yourself some good confidence moving forward as the set progresses, and that way people can feel a little bit more free to take some chances they wouldn't normally do. That is a good spot to be in as a program, as a team. You want to be able to get in those comfortable positions. It's all mental usually once you get to college, Grant, and this is no different in a volleyball match. You want to get yourself in those comfortable positions. So I think the key word tonight is going to be comfortability. can the Crimson Storm put themselves in the spots that they're used to in practice every single day of the week, and can they capitalize once they get to those spots, Grant?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Comfortability is something that's going to have to be there for SMU, especially when you're going up against a player like Ella Rademacher of Locke, Kansas, the sophomore, coming in red hot. 93 kills so far. Last season as a freshman, she had 216 kills. 216 as a freshman. Now she's got some experience under her belt. She's coming in as an exercise science major, looking to show off what she's learned in that exercise science major itself. Come on, put on some exercise and make it look like science. Am I right, Ken?
Absolutely. You couldn't be more right, Grant.
I love when you agree with me.
Well, I figure that's probably the best way to start this off.
You know, Kent, I don't think I've ever felt more awake.
Well, you know, that quick 5-hour energy will do that for you there, Grant.
I live on 3 things, Kent Gerard. 1, caffeine, and this is in no particular order. Caffeine, adrenaline, and Jesus. That's what I like to say, Kent. And right here on a Christian campus, those 3 things work really well together. And also working well together is whatever sponsor producer Bryce is about to play, as well as SMU Athletics. We'll be right back after this.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. for more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
Welcome back here into the Sawyer Center. Once again, I'm Grant McNew, joined by Ken Gerard. We have the best broadcast producer in the Great American Conference over to our left. That is one, Mr. Bryce Burns. Big thank you to him for helping us out. Also have special guest James Skelly in the booth, overseeing the whole production. He's our supervisor for the day. Another big thank you to him. Kent, we've got a good one ahead of us as the starters have already made their way out. Looking at SBU, they'll be led by number 2, Bailey Laster, number 6, Sydney McNeil, number 9, Peyton Kramer, number 10, Lauren Pritchett, number 19, Ella Rademacher, number 20, Chandler Lawrence, and number 25, Rory Stanley. Our head coach, James Hanger, entering his 4th season leading the Bearcats. On the other side, we've got number 3, Kaylee Brubaker. Number 5, Tina Mojica. Number 7, Sunny Bachelet. Number 8, Ryan Malden. Number 10, Madeline Lynch. Number 13, Tessa Henry. Number 17, Whitney Bowie. Lynch taking the libero spot for the Crimson Storm. Kramer taking libero for the Bearcats. We'll start things off. Bearcats to serve. Lassler. That's the first one go. Brubaker with the set with the backstart. Early kiss for Sonny Bachelet. How about that again? The quick score.
Expose the middle as early and as often as you can. That is usually a common theme with most sports. See if the Crimson Storm can keep it up here, Grant.
Now Tatum Smith, we talked about her earlier, she's going to serve. Preston U, nice block at the net. Mohika was there with Bachelet. Preston U going again. Coach there for the Bearcats and take advantage.
And that's what I'm going to say, Grant. Keep it out of Rademaker's hands as often as you can. Any way to keep it off balance, comfortability works both ways. You keep yourself comfortable, make your opponent uncomfortable. Another common theme that the Crimson Storm that look at sports is
Top dig from Smith on that serve. SDU getting a chance early, and while Tatum Smith getting down and dirty. Now the attack by Shine, the hit to ball, and it's out. Point SMU. Again, I believe they spell that O-U-T.
I think that's how it's spelled, Grant. I might have to pull out a dictionary for that one, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes.
Now Madeline Lynch lines up to serve. Tough reception. Malden gets tied up on the leg. I see somehow keeps it alive. The hit by Lynch is too far out. She didn't expect it to get up to her. Maybe just a bit awkward there, miscommunication.
I'm a little shocked they didn't blow that a little bit dead earlier, Grant. I thought it was almost a lift on Malden, but play continues.
Now Pritchett to serve. She keeps it low. Drew Baker looking for Malden. Malden keeps it soft. And that's what she does so well. The freshman is an incredible quick. She's not desperate to hit the ball hard. She finds open spots on the floor and takes advantage of those spots. Now Brecky Myers. She's down to serve. She'll keep it soft. Now the attack down the middle. Big time block from Bowen. Love to see that. That's where the Broncos of UCO scored most of their points, got most of their kills. Bowie denying it here early. Myers to serve again. The Bearcats attacking. Kitchen with the kill. Kent, what do you see?
Like I said, if you can get a little bit of those off-balance back, maybe make it a little bit more difficult on that setter. Push either a quick pass too close to the net or push the outside hitter a little bit off their line. But right now, Rademaker is way too comfortable with the Storm blocking.
Controlled with the serve. Now Brubaker trying to tap him. That's a bit cheeky. That's the with the return. Will be down. Vote to serve again, the sophomore out of Evansville, Indiana. High toss. Straight to the net. Point SMU now. Baldwin lines up the serve. This is something we didn't mention about Baldwin. She's one of the better servers too on this freshman class.
Quite frankly so, Grant. And as you see, Tessa Henry subbing in, really look to exploit that height difference between Western Baltimore and the Crimson Storm.
Big time ace. Like we just said, she comes in with a lot of skill in a lot of different areas. There you see it on the serve. She'll get an ace to her total. Now it's 6-4 SMU. Malden to serve again. She'll go along that corner. Now they attack down the middle. Quick. It's Roy Stanley down the middle.
The idea of those quick ace sets, just to think the back row, lull them to sleep a little bit, think it's going to be a little bit higher of a set. And right now, the coach is falling asleep on the back end of things.
That was Tony Sayer, Southwest Baptist. That's 2 now here in set number 1. They trail by 2, and we're going to get to see Whitney Bowe with the ball on their hands.
It's always fun when middle blockers get to go for a serve, eh, Grant?
Absolutely. Maybe a little too fun on that one.
Unfortunately, proving my point. We'll see if the Storm can get it back here on this next possession.
7-6. Southern Nazarene leading. as far against the Bearcats of Southwest Baptist. Get to see Sydney McNeil on the serve. She'll get an ace. Southern's hot.
A little bit of an unforced error there by Malden. Just couldn't quite reaction time. Couldn't backpedal quite fast enough for it to be able to get her arms up under her on that return.
Malden struggled with that reception, and Henry able to get it over. On the attack, near side. Hit high, looking for the back end. Brubaker. And Kohika. On the attack, far side to Pino. Pino couldn't get it down. Now Henry on the attack. She'll get the kills. Tessin Henry in a big way gets the field for Southern Nazarene.
You know, use what you got, Grant. A lot of height on the Crimson Spence side. Might as well just attack again and again and again as early and as often as you can. That needs to be an absolute breaking point right now for Coach England, as he needs to stress every time to his unit.
Ace. Big time ace. Kaylee Brubaker. She's won 2 separate GAC Player of the Week awards. Looks like she's working on her third. Brubaker serve. Received well. Pushing over it. Wow. Good defensive play by Storm. Now the attack from the Bearcats. It's a wall. Warren Pritchett couldn't get it to drop in time. Now SMU up by 3. It's 10-7. Brubaker to serve again. The attack. Chandler Lawrence didn't get it over. Another block for Hika. Oh my goodness. Brubaker punches it to Lynch. Lynch to Henry. Henry just trying to get it past the net. The Bearcats in an awkward spot. They'll bump it over. Brubaker to Bachelet. Bachelet to punt. Down the middle. The Southwest Baptist. Chandler Lawrence, the freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma, will score for the Bearcats.
You know, just a free giveaway there, Grant. Had a free hit back over the net by Southwest Baptist, and the Storm couldn't quite communicate fast enough to get Sonny there in an outside position, able to get the ball back over. Free hit back up the other side, able to let him get comfortable. We see the result.
Brubaker looking for Henry. And that was a violent approach, but Henry just a bit off the mark.
Just a little bit of a miscue there.
So, received by Tessa. Now back to left. She's getting creative on some of these attacks. That's right, pops it up. Brubaker with a set near side. Tessa Henry where he keeps it short. SMU struggling to get to it. They will pass it over. Brubaker. The Bachelet again. Another pitch. That one will fall. And in this game plan from SMU's very interesting. They're almost playing into the awkwardness of these points.
You know, and sometimes, good point there by Bachelet. Sometimes you don't always have to use power to get your point across. A soft hand is just as good as a firm one, but my goodness, the Crimson Storm look to be a little bit more organized here.
Beautiful attack time from the Bearcats. Warren Pritchett able to score. 11-10. Bearcats are creeping back into it. Chandler Lawrence, a freshman out of Edmond. Step up to serve. Lynch, the reception to Brubaker.
He is comfortable, Grant, my word.
I mean, she flew on that approach.
Right at the net. I've been talking with Coach Ingram and after my practices, after basketball, and he says she's got one of the highest verticals for her height on the team, looking to use that to her advantage as often as she can.
Yeah, preseason, you look at the roster, you go, oh, wow, that freshman's 5'9", playing at the front. That's quite a decision. She flies. She can jump like no other. As SBU's able to score there, it's 12-11 now. On Pritchett, serve it. Bowie SMU on the far side. Popped up. Brubaker's got it. Right back to it. He sent it too far to the side. Point Southwest Baptist. Or Pritchett will continue to serve. When he comes up,
right there, Grant. I'm looking. If I'm Coach Ingram, I'm going to absolutely, tell my players if all possible. Early on in the match, looked a little bit awkward, but expose that back row. Very good at returning a lot of those spikes by the SMU front, but struggling to back up the front line.
Southwest Baptist on the far side of the Raidmakers. She couldn't get the point. Now Brubaker with the set for Bowie in the middle. Whitney Bowie couldn't score either. Raidmakers sends it back over. Brubaker looking for Whitney Bowie again. Far side. And go the set to the near side for SPU. McNeil couldn't score. Long point in front of us as Malden trying to go soft. Looking to get him off balance. A little too soft as it punches back from the net.
Grant, on that cross line, I would love to see Bowie go for a little bit more of a violent and aggressive approach. Not going to do too much on the front row. Doesn't even have to jump up to block it there.
So from Katie Cole.
Goodness.
I believe that was a field goal of sorts. 14-13.
I think that could have touched the other side of Oklahoma City there, Grant.
You ever been to that side of Oklahoma City?
I try to stay as far away from the Bison territory as I can.
Good choice. Brandon Malden will serve. Picked up well. Now the approach near side. It's a attack from McNeil. She's able to score. That's a big time kill for the Bearcats. Again, I was talking to one of my buddies. He's got some Notre Dame pulse volleyball for them. I said, hey man, I want to support you. Where can I listen? He goes, the ESPN app. I want to tell that story. Slight flex. Jacob Irons, if you ever listen to this, got me up school the last few years. I don't really appreciate that all the time.
No, sometimes you get called out for the positions you're in life and you wish you were in the same boat.
Oh no, I couldn't be happier with you then. I think he is the one that's missing out.
Great time to be a Trinity Storm.
Absolutely. There's Brubaker. He chased that one down, gets it to Lynch, who passes it over. The attack far side, and it went down. Point SMU.
This match seems to be a balance between passivity and aggressiveness of which team can control their aggression early, but at the same time you fall back and you become passive and maybe you rely a little bit too much on your back or front row, and vice versa, you're not prepared.
They attack down the middle. Tina Mojica has stepped onto the scene tonight and defensively made a huge impact for SMU so far. Brubaker. That's Myers. Oh my goodness, from the attack line.
If you could have parked a car in the middle of that space, the SBU defense, that is what I'm hoping Coach Ingram right now is, again, very adamant to his players about expose that middle and the back row's inability to cover.
Whitney Bowie. The Bearcats are trying to score on the block. The Dayton Brubaker will score for SMU. Bowie will continue to serve. I don't hate that decision from Whitney Bowie. She kept it a little too low. For a few soft serves in a row, she tried to go with some power on a row. Didn't get it.
Sometimes it's better to be safe than be sorry.
Now Sydney McNeil on the serve. Now Brubaker, the side, has Tessa Hinman. Bearcats setting up. That one's going to be hit over by McNeil. Brubaker to
He is fired up and rightly so. That is the violent approach that you're looking for. One of those crosses, get the entire back line to shift over because some of the players, honestly, in this conference, Grant, they're very good at attacking the line in those corners, so you don't want to give up a little toss right into the net. But you get the whole back line of shift, and you can go right back cross court.
Kaylee Brubaker on the serve. SBU going far side, looking for Belcher. Belcher couldn't score. Well, she might score. Oh, Bachelet gets it over. SBU down the middle. Attack from Chandler Lawrence. Another freshman phenom for the Bearcats. 18-17. Again, Kate, coming into this game, we said this Bearcat team not making this trip to roll over.
Nothing to snuff at, absolutely not. Turn this storm. Back row needs to remember to play backwards to front. Never play front back. You've got to retreat first before you can attack.
Fire is the answer from Tessa Henry. Oh my goodness, what quick. She'll rotate out to Tate Smith.
She has come in from the jump.
19-17. Tatum Smith. She'll serve. He's got some speed behind that serve. Now he's attack far side. Popped it up right there. Brubaker gone to her knees. Chasing the original block. Mohika kept alive a little longer, but Brubaker wasn't ready for it. We'll get a timeout call. Kent, we'll take a quick break and be right back after these quick messages.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Welcome back here again on the Sawyer Center. I want to point out, Sonny Bachelet is in 1,000 field goal in her career. Just the 12th volleyball player for Southern Nazarene to ever do it. Faced off against Minnesota State earlier in the week. Great time of treatment for her. Congratulations. Let's showcase the player she is. 1,000 kills, Kent. I can't count that high.
No, I think it's a very unlocked. Any notable achievement should be recognized, and she is doing very well. Not to mention 475 JC percentage, hitting percentage last year.
Various players from all division two colleges.
I mean, my goodness, at 6'3", Brent, she towers over most people. She says that she's a physical signature. It is quite impressive. Not to mention when you put that on behind it.
Also, is Madeline Lynn. David Smith somehow reacts quickly up to pocket up, and his upset and it wasn't on my way to
She's never really satisfied with what was good enough. Oh, maybe I was able to touch it, get a piece. She's always looking to make the best play possible for her team. Right there, just showing a little bit of emotion and disappointment in that generation.
Oh, we got another timeout, Kent. We'll keep it here for this one. 20-19. SMU holding the lead right now. 10 back from fourth to last. How about Tina Mojica so far today? How incredible has she been?
You know, she's been at the right spots at the right time, doing her absolute best to keep that front line in check. Sunny obviously on the offensive end, but Mojica right now is holding down the defensive front for the Storm. And right now, it's looking like they need it, Grant. I mean, Maker is comfortable from early on. A couple of the other hitters starting to get into that mix for the FBU Bearcats. This could turn into something that the FBU Storm are looking to avoid for a first set upset early on, right?
Yeah, hey, right now, just looking at the live stats, Bailey Brubaker already was 10 assists here in the first set. He got some time to go. She could potentially put up 5 more. Keep your eye on it. They're ready to go. Here again is we see Lauren Pritchett. Sorry. It's been very good. Bearcats doesn't want to counter that spot. Got it. Call it that way. Brubaker. It's a power.
That key zone right there is being able to push those outside hitters that so confident coming in, push them a couple feet off, and your entire trajectory changes there, Grant.
Fires the serve. So you see that attack. Brubaker. Along to the back. Inside. The attack is Chloe the ball. The ball takes the score. Neal couldn't score for the Bearcats. That's good for us to Neal, but she's got a little bit of attitude in her celebrations, and I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. You want to see the emotion come out in games like this. A lot of times, like I said before, Grant, that scrimmage-like atmosphere, you really need that to go to the push forward. But a lot of times, there's not much motivation, maybe from your teammates.
Attack down the middle.
I must say, Grant, that's certainly a good team to me.
Another team, I think we'll take this one with them and be right back after this.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days, I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Sawyer Center, I'm Grant McNew. Alongside Kent Gerard. Kent is in front so far, and we've got a bit of a pause. Coach Ingram talking to the official. How about the shades on the sideline of Southern Nazarene? Seen it a lot this season. Making her presence as the year is 24-19. Seems like just a matter of time in this set. Attack down the middle. Ditching. Getting point off the mirror. Southern Nazarene will take it. We'll get ready to switch sides here in just a moment. They see the score. 25-19. SCU takes it. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back here again in the Sawyer Center. I'm Grant McNeely. Let's get to our right front over to our left. Let's do just the first set, 25-19. And what you're saying here is we switch sides. Set number 2. Southern Nazarene coming off the 3-0 sweep of East Central, starting off their conference play. Tomorrow we'll get to see Southern Nazarene take on Drury University here in the Bethany Sawyer Center as well. Should be fun tomorrow at 2 p.m. But for right now, we've got a good one in front of us. The Southwest Baptist Bearcats are looking to make the comeback.
You know, and I'm looking over the history, Grant. SBU won the last time they played with the Crimson Stones. So looking to not leave a bad taste in your mouth in your own gym, trying to make sure you take this match seriously so you can continue to trend this season in your direction.
This is the 5th meeting. I'm just kidding. I made that up. Rudeco strikes the first serve, and SBU on the attack their shot.
Right to jump there, Brandon. On side.
Oh, man. A good time to takes them. Rudeco is set.
You know, I'd love to see her just go ahead, like I said before in that first set, test the back row. No need to try to hit on there. Make the back row play consistent defense.
What? Balls from behind the towel line. Three straight. That's a handle on the attack. So far, the first time, trying to get those things right over there and make that back row come up. Maybe they get a bad hit right on the net. They're really setting out Malden perfectly. SBU on fortunately.
And so,
Crimson Storm will try to get the ball back right here. Little marking mistakes can really come back to hurt the damn. Really issues with the OT, whether it's touching the net, not giving a serve back. Those simple things can come back later in a match.
almost, like you said earlier in the pregame, almost 4 goals a set. And so right now she's absolutely abusing her usage rate to the nth degree.
All the different shots. Now you go. Good try to conviction. During volleyball season, Whitney Foley, clap, 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 Whitney go and repeat. You know what I'm saying?
Stay away from that.
Lance passes it over. Now that's the move. Lance just 3-6 Bearcats.
You know, and Stanley kind of been an unsung hero right now. The freshman from Hastings, Village. I mean, that's maybe only about a kill percent, but 29 total blocks. He's done very well so far. In the middle, he finds play. Beautiful. That's all you gotta say. We're looking for 76, and here we get it, you know, perfect. It's really difficult to go back and play. It's going to really put a lot of pressure right now on this SMU defense. How do you do it? Look at those twin towers. The serve will see well. Just deep in the court. No, nothing you can do. Just take your half as an exit shot way off the line, back corner, block from all these. You're going to take it. Good idea there. You think she floated that a little too much? That's a break. Winnie Bowie sets a serve. We get a conversation. Katie Brubaker rolling her eyes as she makes her way over to the stand. A lot of the people on the team, the players on the team, and they're on campus going to you know, she thinks after her picks on her team very well, Grant. Oh, man. Nice. I like that. Expected her to. She is arguably dominating at the net. Huge difference maker right now for the Bulls. Only to serve. Serve, it's received with some trouble. Trouble back in there. That's how Myers passes it over. Tap, near stop. The freshman, she got herself a game. You know, and it's quite ironic and quite amusing there. English telling so many. Wow. Brubaker out in the middle. Put yourself in a spot to succeed. Luck is what preparation needs an opportunity. Put yourself something and insert yourself into those spots. Tessa Henry did that right there. Kim, are you an assistant coach? Because that was a very assistant coach thing to say right there. Tap near set, guys. Pritchard picks up well by somebody. Picks up energy right there by him. It must have been a long week of school. We were looking to just absolutely murder this SBU defense. A long week indeed. Brubaker keeps that one low. SBU down the middle looking for Rademacher. Rademacher couldn't take advantage. Henry down the line on the right. What do you think? This ball is stopped. Speaking of luck, Grant, they see it right there. Is this St. Patrick's Day by chance? I don't think so. That's in what, March? Don't believe so. Well, also not Irish, so luckily the Irish would still make sense. They have a point. So Cheryl can do very good at 19 seconds and 9. Here in set number 2. SMU took the first 25-19. As it's been, Bearcat hitting a 2 for 2 with 192.
Huge presence after that. 10-9 Bearcats. You can't get 194 the team as opposed to SMU's 292. Picked up well. Not really much to complain about there. So Coach Malton had a great play. Maybe she's called off a little bit. Smith, who might have gone out, that did not go up.
You know, the longer you take for a bowling point, this applies in all aspects of sport. You give the blocker time to set up on your side. Sometimes a little push over the net is all you really need.
Good. She gets something at the net. It's really extended and pass it over. Shots here for SMU. Somehow across the line, down here for the cut back within one.
Something. I think if you can expose this weak side of your line, there is no one. There is a circle and gap there. No one's covering the front line. Just a little touch over the net is all that would do it.
Again. Source, 12 apiece. Lynch, Phillips. Trouble down that serve.
There on that volley, Grant. You know, the score right now, in my opinion, really just their worst enemy right now. Honestly, every time they get a good set to the net, good bump, good pass, to a perfect set, spike, hopefully a kill, it seemed to work every single time.
Smith, yes, Blue Baker, now through. Breaking Myers. Rotate in, Sonny backs left, we'll take a break. Myers now will serve. He's been solid again as well. 13 apiece.
Goodness, very confident. It was sound there from up here.
Service error. Coming in as defensive specialist. He's throwing with Harrow. The opportunity to get that kill as Martin serves. Martin waiting on shot, no power from that deep. A lot of angle disability right there from the back. You know, Kendrick Storm maybe puts himself in a little bit easier spot. Put himself a little bit more of an angle down, but good shot there by Malden. Good on me by Malden. Is not open pass over. And start to attack. Quicker score. You know, I'm not sure, Grant, but Coach Meanger might have been able to hear me from all the way down on the court. I think he's encouraging his team. No need to go for power. Just find the open spots and hang in there as long as you can. Who just honestly, who wants to just keep the ball to the other team and play defense first? On power, so attack that middle. That's good attack. Not what it's the sophomore out of that. Break out the score, 17 each. Miscommunication from the lead is right now. But obviously can play a huge part, even no matter whatever something in the match. Down two, right? Second two. What he's saying, you know, as a right line, I'm coaching. I tell my team, look, we've been here before. I'm going to remind my team that UCO match, you know, a couple games ago, and I'm going to really tell them, look, we've been here. We were down 2-0, obviously up 1-0 in this match, but look, we've been down before. Play at your pace, play at your own speed, do what you do best, put yourself in spots to succeed. Those stereotypical coach sayings are really going to be key, I think, in this timeout. And he's going to really stress communication. We saw a couple of lapses there on the last couple of volleys, and he's really going to tell us, look, you can be comfortable, you can have fun, as you saw a little bit, you know, in timeout breaks. I think throwing marshmallows, I believe, granted as players, but you can have fun, you can have the enjoyment, but you still need to take the match serious. The passion, and those are going to come back to players. You know, marshmallows sound pretty good right now. I mean, I am, well, the kids are saying, well, the kids are calling very hungry.
Oh, you know, I could go for some food myself there, Grant.
How about we go after this game?
I'm with you.
Maybe last year we will serve for Southwest Jackson, SPU out of Springfield, Missouri. All back to them. Up the road to GAC. That's their fourth matchup with the Great American Conference West this season. It's 1-2 last night.
Couldn't quite get off the ground quick enough in order to be able to get the angle she needed to push the ball back to the SMU side. You know that's gonna, gotta push that out of your head as quick as possible. Short movement. Come on, I think we'll take this break volleyball. This is the Coast Sports Network.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session.
And welcome back to Bethany, Oklahoma, home of the Crimson Storm. We're watching a tough one in volleyball. 21-17 is the score in set number 2. Southwest Baptist, the Bearcats leading. There's a beautiful dig from Myers. Malvin gets it over. Southern Nazarene took the first set, 25-19. Full-time kill for the Bearcats right there.
Grant, free balls right now have been the Storm's worst nightmare. And you can't hear it on the broadcast, but now what we hear on the court, there's a little bit of some late communication still going on with the SNU defense, and that needs to get fixed if the Storm are going to let the opponents set around.
So there for Southwest Baptist, that could be big. You're looking for momentum in any way if you're SNU. Maybe that's the way you find it. It's Gary Brubaker line up to serve. Brubaker will return a service error with another service error. 23-18 now.
And unfortunately, as I'm looking at the numbers, Grant, a lot more service errors right now for the Storm than their opponents. Those are just simply easy giveaways. Got to be able to have those and force the other side to have to play.
Lynch. Wow, he got a lot of power down the middle. Semi kept blocked by Bearcats. Now Lynch looking for Henry near side. That's Henry couldn't get the kill. Off the hands of Henry and into the long side of the net. SBU now 1 away from taking the second set. Now the serve from Chandler Lawrence. Sonny Bachelor.
Adding to the numbers, Grant. What can you say?
19-24. Tatum Smith. Serve. We got a strong grouping in for SNU right now. Smith serve. Picked up well. Attack down the middle. Yeah, now they do it. Victory kill for the Bearcats. Set number 2. You're watching SNU Volleyball. We'll be right back after this.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
Top set number 2, which will tie the count 1-1. Then, it's a spot stop until it finishes the score.
You know, obviously it's frustrating for him to drop the second set in this match, but you know, you're still here, you still won the first one, you still just remember in your mind to cognitively go back to those habits that you had formed and had solidified early on in this match, and just go back to it. Really, SBU had no defense to really put up with the answers that SNU had, but SNU seemed to change, you know, their game and play down to the level I believe that SBU is presenting right now on the court, and you just got to go play back up to your talent level there, Grant.
Starting things off. Serving will be Bailey Lassiter, sophomore out of Burleson, Texas, at Centennial High School. Funny thing about this SBU roster, none of them have a height. One could argue they're all 0 feet tall, based on that alone.
You know, based off of that logical evidence, Grant, you could be right.
30 seconds to start things off. SBU hint. The serve doesn't land within the lines.
OUT?
Correct. But my point was, if it doesn't serve within the lines, then the other team will score. It didn't land within the lines, therefore the other team scored.
Sound argument right there.
Dr. Brent Montgomery looking proud. Sonny Bachelette will score. You think he'll up my grade for that?
You know, I wouldn't get your hopes up too high there, Grant.
Oh, man. 2-0 SMU leads. Taylor Smith to serve. On the set towards the middle, looking for Pritchett. Pritchett couldn't score. And Hiko punched it over. On the attack down the middle again. That time it was Chandler Warren. Brubaker looking for Malden. Malden down the line. Awkward spot for SBU. Time Pritchett. Here we get it over. That one blocked at the net. Ball's outside. The score, SMU out to an early lead.
You know, and on that play there, Grant, I'm going to highlight Smith. SNU defense really in an awkward spot off of that first, bump set spike there by SBU. Tatum just able to get an arm out.
Set hit.
Fair enough.
You played. Come on. Tatum Smith. Attack bar side, man. Pritchett was leaning into that one. Now, Kane showcasing. It's not trust vision. She's got the power to back it. Incredible work. And Smith, soft serve, kept it high. Set bar shot, Sonny backs away. Bump the antenna. Point. SBU. Very frowned upon, Ken, within the community, and you know that, and I know you know that. Okay, Brubaker setting near side has Malden. Malden causing some chaos on the defensive side for the Bearcats. Bachelet on the attack, doing the same. Set up here. SBU on the attack. Now Pritchett couldn't get it over. It's blocked. Sent back. Again. Sent back. It'll fall. That's SMU. Can't keep falling silent.
Really just looking to see the Storm continue with what they're up to right now, Grant.
Brubaker. On Lynch. Now Lynch to Smith. Then Smith can pass it over. Attack now, far side. Oh my goodness.
That's really does it on both sides of the ball, Grant, proving my point right there.
Sonny Bachelet is absolutely demoralized. At least I can only assume demoralized Rademacher on that one. Madeline Lynch serving. On the attack down the middle again. That time it was Bowie getting her hands on it. Malden will pop that one up at the net. Brubaker to Bowie. Whitney Bowie's going to score. Big kill for Whitney. We'll get a timeout call by Southwest Baptist. We'll take this one with them. We'll be right back. 7-1. SMU.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
And welcome back here to the Sawyer Center. SMU leading 7-1. Crimson Storm looking good as it stands. Man, what are you trying to for the rest of this?
You know, I'm really looking to see right out of that timeout by Coach Ingram. Tell players to stay in their role. Do not do anything uncharacteristic. If you are the back row for SNU, allow your front three to do their job and back them up accordingly. No need to get out of rhythm and try to think you need to go help before you need to. Just stay within your role, and all is going to turn out okay.
Back right down the middle. Jordan Stanley will be your captain. Like a middle school boy at a dance. Right back.
That's quite the rough description there, Grant, but I couldn't agree more.
8-1. Lynch to serve. And attack near side. That one shoots off the arm of Morgan. Well, in position at times, it's not always going to go your way.
You know, and I'd love to see, I don't believe that SB quite had the best setup there, quite frankly, for a spike, but, you know, bailouts are common, and so you never want to be in the position to do so. Malden right there, the victim of.
Brubaker has Malden. Malden will push it over. Set up, attack. Brubaker had a nice look at it, got sent back. Bearcats keep it up. Flies to the ball and takes over.
You know, and I got to give credit right there, Grant, to Brubaker, because noticing that the SBU defense looking a little exhausted on the other side, not quite shifting and rotating as fast as they would like. Quick A set right up there to Bowie. Easy kill.
My sources have told me it's a good chance Kaylee Brubaker is going to be highlighted tomorrow on the broadcast with our special graphics.
No, that wouldn't surprise me, Grant.
Don't ask me who my sources are either.
No need, no need.
Bearcats able to score there. Katie Cross lines up the serve. Sophomore, Evansville, Indiana. Still set up. That's a nice serve. Brubaker, look for Bowie, blocked at the net. Lynch, out of Malden. Malden trying to go down across the court. SBU's just in control there.
You know, Bowie right there after a quick, easy hit, trying to get back over to the opposite side to help out Malden on that weak side with the next block. Couldn't quite get there in time, hence the angle is off. Nothing the SNU defense could do after that.
Lynch with the reception. Brubaker over to Malden behind the attack line. Now attack far side for the Bearcats. Not much doing. Whitney Bowles going to finish it with the kill.
You know, I could be wrong, Grant, but that little deke there by Brubaker worked very well. Just really froze everyone on SBU's side. Hence, easy kill for the SNU offense coming back right back the other way.
We're going to get to see a freshman check in for SNU, Brindley Burney. Haven't seen her yet here in the Sawyer Center. She's 5'9", coming out of Deer Creek High School here in Deer Creek, Oklahoma. It's an all-state large West team, all-conference first team, and all-city honorable mention her senior year of high school. Nazarene excited about her career here with the Crimson Storm. She's going to start things off serving.
You know, a lot of good accolades right there for Bernie. You know, looking to come into a well-established program that's been up there, competed against some of the best. Had some, obviously, with Bachelorette and Bowie, some of the best hitters, some of the best players for SNU. You still got a solid program. Trying to figure out a way that you can put your skills up front best and put your best foot forward for Coach Ingram right here.
This isn't Bernie's first time on the floor. First time we've talked about her on this broadcast, however. Comes in with one ace to her name. She's played in 6 separate matches. 13 total sets. We'll get things going. The crowd's pumped up. How about them this so far? They've been all in to this volleyball team. Student section's really showing out this season. Couldn't believe that one flew off the way it did.
You know, you talk about the student section, Grant. I'm glad to see a lot of students sticking around. Obviously, it's a Friday night. Maybe some other places people wish they could be. But right now, people sticking it out for the Loyal Storm, looking to really bolt up here on a Friday night.
On the attack near side, Tessa Henry. She's going to get the kill. Tessa Henry. 11-5 SMU. She's come in and had a wonderful game so far today. Whitney Bowie line up to serve. Crimson Storm. Off serve, man. You can tell she knows what she wants to do. It's just not really falling for her right now.
You know, it's just not happening, Grant, and it's one of those times where she's had a very good set and match in general in terms of all aspects of the game, but just can't quite seem to figure out the serves here.
Another point. They're total. They're creeping back.
You know, you want to get the hands into your captain, your playmaker, Brubaker. She serves both literally and figuratively on the court, Grant, trying to be able to get people in the right spots and be that leader so that people can have the highest chance of success.
Brubaker. The freshman with a height advantage. She's used to those situations. Need a timeout call by Coach Kevin Ingram. I think that's a good one. We'll take it with him, Ken. This is SNU Volleyball, 11-8, Crimson Storm lead.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
Welcome back here again to the Sawyer Center. SNU up by 3. It's 8-8. Tessa Henry looking at to that level, and she will with the pivot. 12-8 now. SNU holding on to the lead. Kenny G, it's 12-8.
You know, as of right now, you got an inexperienced front up for the SBU defense. I would capitalize on that as much as you can and then potentially not really know where it's supposed to go. But, you know, as I say it right on cue, the Southern Nazarene defense struggling to be able to back up that front three, as I've said the entire night. Just miscommunications of roles there, Grant.
Yeah, and struggling to stand up as well was Prince Bernie. She effectively just got tackled by Tina Mojica while she was trying to stand up. Lynch with the reception to Brubaker. Now it's Sonny Bachelet to push it over. Attack. Far shot. That's Waitemaker. Waitemaker causing some chaos. Brubaker will pass over. Set again. This time in the near side. That was sent back. Warren Pritchett couldn't get it. Now Pritchett again. Little attack. Far side now. Waitemaker tapping it over. Bachelet keeps it on. Another opportunity for the Bearcats. This time down the middle. That was big for SBU, Southwest Baptist.
You know, Lynch really in a good spot to return that kill by SBU. Unfortunately, you get a teammate that just happens to touch it and doesn't let it go past, and you're in a rough spot.
Play that swim. Serving the other way, Bailey Lassiter. Picked up by Vernon. Now Brubaker for Bachelette. Bachelette got it over, received well. A chance. Way to make it. Nothing doing. Brubaker, keep it. That's Mojica. Good defensive play. She reached over the net. A follow violation and give the point to SNU. We'll get a compensation. Not sure there's much you can do about that, kid.
Not really. Sometimes, referees and officials are humans as well, and sometimes they miss things. Obviously, we saw that line touch earlier in the match here, Grant, but nothing you can do about it. You play the next volley. You do what you can. You're only down 3.
Yeah. Attack far side. Very well.
There's a little emotion coming out of that right there off of the missed call by the officials.
Yeah, you could tell Lauren Pritchett really wanted that one, and she went after it. Big time point for SVU. 13-11 now. Serving is Chandler Lawrence, the freshman. Sunny Bachelor. That's all you have to say, right? Sunny Bachelor. You say her name, something cool's happening.
If you put Brubaker and Bachelorette on the same court together, same team, oh my goodness, miracles happen.
Now, Kaylee Brubaker, one of the best passers in all of the Great American Conference, maybe even Division II, along with one of the best attackers, some of the best attackers in the GAC, more than one, at least 2 or 3. There's a point for SVU. They'll cut it down to a 2-point lead. Laura Pritchett serving, the senior out of Rolla, Missouri. Brubaker down the middle. It's Whitney Ball. Another key player. SVU squads. We have a lot of season to look forward to this year.
I hate to say it, Grant, but sometimes with that college athletics, quite frankly, you still have to be athletic. You can have all the IQ and skill in the world, but there's not much you can do sometimes against giants like that.
Sometimes there's not much you can do about a leadership of home.
No, sirree.
Again, Ella Rademacher, just a sophomore. A sophomore coming in and taking control of points.
No doubt she wants her name to be remembered inside this gym.
They got an ace. That one off the hands of Katie Pogue. Nice serve from her. 15-14. Close again. Lynch has Brubaker, and Whitney Bowles going to take the turn to the floor. 16-14 now.
If I'm Coach Ingram, I'm absolutely going to stress to my girls, go to attack the front line of the Bearcats again and again and again. Inexperience coming into play right now, late in this third set.
Absolutely. Attack. Your side. Big time Carol sitting with me. She got all of that one. Very offensive set here. Set number 3.
Now, Simon,
just a freshman being put in a tough spot, not quite able to get the correct eye that you want to see on that serve. Comes with experience. We'll say maybe Coach Ingram will give her a break on that one there, Grant.
Whitney Bowie in an awkward spot. That ball just bounced to the SBU side off the net. Now Kaylee Brubaker sent the Bowie that one.
And that is where you want her.
Not awkward at all. That time was Whitney Bowie. She launches that. So much power. So much maturity. So much deadly accuracy right there. Bearcats able to grab the point there to tie it up at 17. Serve from McNeil, received by SMU. Now Tessa Henry on the attack. So says that fell within the point SMU. Coach James Hanger beside himself with that call.
And the players expressing and mirroring his frustration as well there, Grant, on the court. You know, Peyton Kramer with 116 digs. We talked about 5 digs a game. Thought she had a good eye on it. Decided to let it go. Didn't come out her way.
Now the attack down the middle. Wide open for Lauren Pritchett. Wide open 18. Neither side being able to get much separation. You
know, not really getting much resistance on the front line for either team right now, Grant. Really putting a lot of pressure on those back rows.
Service error there for the Bearcats. SMU happy to take that point. Now it's 19-18. Tatum Smith and Ryan Malden looking to rotate in.
Good break for the Bolts, I must say.
Serving to Tatum Smith, the Crimson Storm. That's a tough serve. Picked up well, however. And Madeline Lynch to Brubaker down the middle. That's Mojica on the push. And Steve punches it over. Bachelet can't get it. Blocked at the net. Malden sends it back over. SMU.
Excellent coverage there by Malden. You know, sometimes you got to pick up your teammates' slack, and Bachelet doing her best and has done her best throughout this entire match, but sometimes you need a little bit of a push from some of those people that are standing beside you on that side of the net there, Grant.
Ball out off the net. SMU take the point off the service error. Now the serve from Chandler Lawrence. Mojica on the attack. Picked up well. Ready to make it. Couldn't get it down. Now it's Malden. A lot of power blocked at the net. Brubaker to Bachelet. Bachelet tapping it over. XPU not even almost ready for that.
Excellent fake out there by Bachelet. You know, like I said before, soft hand over a stern one and a strong one sometimes. All you need is just to be able to make people guess and think what you're going to do and guess wrong.
21-19. Madeline Lynch approaches. She'll serve. Now a setup straight down the middle. Malden is there to keep it alive. SMU struggling with the rally. They won't be able to. Bearcats within one. Kind of an ugly set here.
You know, you'd like to say that you can keep a match and keep a set clean the whole way through, but sometimes things get a little bit ugly, and we're seeing that right now.
22-20. I can't help but feel whichever side drops this set is going to get it still down the way.
You know, people making a lot of errors and really just deciding, you know, who wants to play defense first is what as I said earlier, who wants to play defense first? And maybe that's because who wants to be able to get the first return to potentially get a kill and not put stress on your defenses. Obviously, right after you serve, you must play the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and the defense in those first two sets was phenomenal. If you look back at that, a lot of good digs, a lot of good blocks. The ball was kept flying really well. But this third set, the offense has been dominant on both ends.
You know, and I think the Storm, in comparison to their opponents this season, Grant, they've had about the same number of digs. And personally, I don't believe that is any knock against the SNU defense by any means. But a lot of times, you give the defense of your opponent a lot of easy outs on the defensive end by simply hitting it right to where their defense has set up on.
We got a lot of supporters in the stands. Led by one, Nolan Miles. close to know him. You sure do know him.
You know what? I might as well. I promise I'll give my guy Nolan Steeples a shout out. So Nolan, here you are on the live stream. Good to see you in the crowd.
Yeah, Nolan Miles down there in the crowd. Nolan Steeples as well. There's actually a cutout of Nolan Steeples' head in the student section. Big time attack right there for the Bearcats. SMU looking to get it back over, and they will. They'll push it. Now the attack near side. Myers to Brubaker. Now it's Malden. Malden can't get it down. The Bearcats from behind the attack line. Brubaker. Middle has Whitney Bowen. Mary with a miscue out there.
Got to be upsetting and frustrating right there for Bowie Grant, but you know you got to move on. Quick memory, as we've said. Move on to the next play. Excellent set there by Brubaker.
Penny Pillows the serve. Brubaker looking for Malden.
That was vicious there, Grant. Right down the line.
Absolute heater. Oh my goodness. You played volleyball.
I do not want to return that, me personally. I don't think Christian had any clue that was coming right towards her. As the Storm offense on their attacks have mostly gone cross court and straight down the middle, Grant.
I'm so glad you said that. Huge block. Whitney Bowen touching in right there. I'm so glad that's how you answered. That actually was the question I was about to ask is, would you want to return that?
Heavens no, Grant. I would much rather be cross court, give myself a little bit of a cushion before that ball arrives to me.
24-21, set point, SMU in the lead. Malden serve received well. The attack nearly kept alive by Lynch. Couldn't slide under it in time. Now we'll get to see Peyton Kramer serve. Southwest Baptist looking for her to take him the rest of the way. Kramer. Her serve picked up by Malden. It'll cross the net. Tie up. Won by Southwest Baptist. But the kill won by Whitney Bowen.
That's doing what she does best, but as of right now, Bowie has been the driving force of this SNU attacking offense, being able to keep them maybe 1, 2, potentially 3 points ahead in each set, especially in this last third set, Grant.
SNU able to take set number 3. I'll make it a 2-1 lead for the Crimson Storm and an opportunity here in the fourth set to close things out. Kent. Pre-game, I was talking to some SNU fans, and they said, Grant, what's your prediction here? Are we expecting a sweep here? And I said, honestly, as much of a homer as I am, I don't think you expect a sweep. I expected a 3-2 matchup coming into this. I wouldn't be opposed to being wrong and getting out of here with a 3-1 lead.
You know, it'd be nice. End of a long week. I'm sure that the girls themselves would love to get out of here with an early 3-1 victory and not have to push anything by any means to some extensive sets that you don't want to have to play in. Recover over the weekend, get back to those next games next week.
Well, you especially don't want to push this one late because you're playing again tomorrow at 2 p.m. against Drury, who's coming to town to visit the Sawyer Center. After that game against Drury, SNU will look to continue conference play. Again, they're 1-0 with GAC after sweeping East Central out in Ada. After Drury, they're going to go on the road to Durant, face Southeastern OSU. Then we're back at home for 2-0. Northwestern Oklahoma State will be here on the 21st. And OBU, Oklahoma Baptist, will be here on September 26th. I'll be here for that as well. Not you, kids, unfortunately. You won't be with us. Once Seth School will be, look forward to that. Should be a good time. Again, we've got a good one in front of us. SNU just won set number 3. They lead 2-1. Then, what are you looking for here from the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm?
You know, I'm looking the defense to stay strong, keep the communication that they're able to finally wrangle back in towards the end of that set. I'm looking for, a lot of times in that final set, right before the break, front row looking to the back row, wondering, where y'all at? And sometimes I can express that myself being an athlete. You never want to get in a spot where you're having to look for your teammates of what are you doing, where are you at? And I think that you just want to make sure that you're all one cohesive unit on the same page as they were able to finally finish it out with that easy close for this third set. Really just don't want to give any air, any hope, any light to the SBU Bearcats. As we've seen in the past, sometimes the Bolts have struggled when you give someone that much confidence, maybe a 5-2, 5-3, 6-3 lead early in a set. You want to be able to push things out early and eliminate that hope as soon as the first set is up.
Absolutely. Last thing you want here is to allow set up the foul. It's inevitable. That's that fifth set. That's going to mean they have momentum.
No, and you never want to go into that final set knowing that you just lost the last one. And so it's, in any sport, you always want to have the momentum driving your force throughout the game. That drives your emotion. That can drive your focus in the game because you feel as though you've got a fighting chance and you never want to give your opponent that, right?
Absolutely. Hey, this song's groovy, Ken. Not as groovy as watching Southern Nazarene rock some volleyball. We'll get ready to go again. Kaylee Brubaker setting up to serve first in set number 4. I love volleyball season.
Nothing like Grant. You get it right before all the cold starts to set in, especially here in Oklahoma with all that humid cold.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. It was awesome today. Brubaker served. A serve was pretty awesome as SBU strongest to corral. And we'll get it over. Brubaker looking to back it up. No problem.
Doing what she does best. Cool, calm, collected, even keel. And that is the face that she portrays. Generally night in and night out, Grant.
Brubaker to serve again. Oh, and another good serve. SBU a chance to attack. They'll miss it. Jalen Lawrence, the freshman, able to hit the net and not much else. 2-0. Kaylee Brubaker again. Mother Brew. Kaylee Brubaker with an ace, and that ball, an exclamation mark, rolled into the hallway.
And like I must say again, Grant, that doubt starts to set in if you get down a couple points, 2, 3, maybe 4. You start to doubt the skills that you've worked on for however long in your life. And we're starting to see that right now with the SBU defense. You got to be able to somehow get that confidence back if you're them. As of right now, you keep the ball rolling, so to speak, if you're SNU.
But the serve, oh my goodness, back to back. And what's great about that, if SBU leaves that alone, Kent, that was not going to fall.
Absolutely not.
Brubaker, 2 aces in a row. That one a bit of a gift. 4-0 to serve again. That one was low. Yeah, at some point, something like that's going to happen.
I was going to say knock on wood, Grant, because we see right there, Crimson Storm again giving the ball back. And if that doesn't happen, I truly see the Storm going on maybe a 5, 6, 7 point run there to open up this fourth set. And it's just a little disappointing to see, but get the ball back here.
Ohika on the attack. Smart move, picked up well by the Bearcats. Lynch, the Brubaker. Now it's Henry, Tessa Henry. Testing that back line. And how do you like that one?
Incredible. You love to see it. You love to hear the reaction from the crowd. You love to see the support she's getting from her teammates. It's always great when you know that every single person who steps out on that court with you, Grant, is right behind you in pace.
And Smith, her serve received well. Now the attack, far side, a lot of power. That'll get down.
As I'm looking through the roster, again, a couple key pieces there, Grant, but a lot of young players, quite frankly, for the Bearcats. And, you like to see maybe that program comes up in the next couple of years, but right now, experience still being the main factor in this match.
Baker, that's back to left, that's right. Sit back with the net. Not sitting back within the lines. Point SNU, 6-2. Lynch. Serve. Picked up well. The attack down the middle. Kayla Brubaker, excellent dig. Morgan was able to get it back, and Lynch sent it over. The attack far side. Another beautiful kick from Brubaker. A bachelette from behind the attack line is going to get the point. Incredible work. Incredible work.
Confidence rises as you see teammates succeed, and you feel free to pull a little bit more of those tricks out of your hats, and you feel a little bit more confident in those fundamentals that we've talked about earlier, Granted, right now the Storm exhibiting exactly that.
Attack near side to the Bearcats. Now Sydney McNeil. She's incredible and proves it with almost every single approach.
You know, exceptional balance tonight between hard hits and those little pushes right up over the net, really keeping the SBU defense on their toes and off balance. You know, not really being able to decide, is she going to try to go cross court? Is she going to try to test the back row? Just a lot of uncertainties right now for the SBU defense, and it's taking a toll on them throughout this set, Grant.
While we have a moment, I would like to appreciate the uniforms brought in by SBU. That all-black look is really nice.
It does look pretty. You know, I was always jealous of the liberos myself, Grant, because you get that special jersey.
Right.
That purple does shine through quite well.
You were never quick enough for that, though.
I never was.
Brubaker sets up, has Malden. Malden blocked up and Smith keeping it alive. Brubaker back to Malden. Malden punches it over that time. Now the attack from the Bearcats. Set near side. Rainmaker able to get the kill.
You know, she's continually, Grant, tried to assert herself in this game in the moments that she's had. Not a whole lot of looks here in these last couple sets, and that's great props there to the SNU offense for being able to keep the ball out of her hands the best that they can, and really not allowing her to get a whole lot of touches late in this set.
Tatum Smith sends it back to the SNU defense. SBU with an opportunity, far side, blocked at the net, and kept backed up by McNeil. Brubaker. Tatum Smith and back left, blocked at the net. Going Stanley and Gavin Bell to attack the team now and send it straight back.
Look of confident disbelief there by Bachelorette, I must say.
Serve. Katie Poe. Brubaker. That's Whitney Poe, and Poe able to get under it. Neal. Smith and Malden at it now. Malden able to double trip.
Maximum was more. Ryan Matters.
Nothing doing as it goes right into the net.
Unforced error seeming to stack up on the SBU Bearcats. You know, really early on in this fourth set, Grant, and you hope that the Storm, quite frankly, don't follow suit.
Malden on the attack. Yes, she did it. She got it.
Beautiful cross-court hit, I must say.
Talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Her court vision is incredible. She always seems to know where that lane is. And approach far side. Neal, you give SMU a point. It's 12-4 right now. And timeout call by head coach James Hanger. It's fourth season in Southwest Memphis. We'll take it with us. We'll be right back.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
Back. As we just saw a serve from Brecken Myers. Myers punches it over. Referees hold up the 2-point SBU.
Quite the reaction there by Bowie. She looked over, as a kid that seems to have gotten caught by their parents with their hand in the cookie jar. I can't believe that just happened.
That was good, kid. I like that. Rich. That's Brubaker now.
I gotta say, Grant, you mentioned that the conference games are coming up in a lot more quick succession. I love to see the emotion on early, maybe not necessarily the biggest crowd, maybe it's sufficient, you never know, but I love to see the emotion here by the SNU volleyball team, regardless of conference or non-conference play.
Well, understanding that this Bearcat squad is just good at volleyball. That one's they're coming in 6-3. They've beaten GAC opponents. They lost to Anderson State earlier in the year, sure, but they still were able to take a set against them. That's no small feat for a team that's not even in GAC. 14-5. Make it 14-6. Set number 4. Serving is Emma Bond, the freshman from Valley Center, Kansas.
That did not go as planned, Grant.
It did not. Bearcats bringing in more freshmen. They started 2 freshmen. It's Chandler Lawrence and Rory Stanley. Pritchett sent that one over with authority, but it's kept alive by SMU. Attack near side. Belcher picked up well. Mojica. Yeah, I think that's the right call.
I'm not quite sure that's in the rule book there, Grant. I think that is a little bit too much of a disadvantage and quite frankly, unfair, for lack of a better term, to your opponent.
Yeah. 15-7.
I mean, goodness, if that's allowed, I think I might go put a jersey back on and see if I can go find me a team there, Grant.
Good luck with that, buddy. Attack now, far side, Tessa Henry. Nice dig. Peyton Quinn. Mojica on the north side. Mojica. Big time kill.
And that is the person you're looking to attack on that back right. Grant has to slide all the way over to protect that middle, and then you must push up on the line if you're back left and protect those front blockers. That is exactly who you're looking for in Mojica. Perfect execution.
Kaylee Brubaker will serve for the Crimson Storm. Brubaker came in with 7 assists on the season, rather aces on the season. Top of back and start contact is made. SBU faithful at home. (17-7) nonetheless. We'll keep it underway. Now the attack near side. That one will get down to the Bearcats. 17-8. Kent, are you comfortable if you're the Crimson Storm?
As of right now, Grant, go ahead and win 25-8, I'd say, if you're the Storm. And if you're Ingrid, there's no sense to push this back to a 25-15 game or 25-17. Go ahead, get out of here early, feel confident about, going into Saturday against Drury. Go ahead and just make your mark here on a Friday night.
So short. I'll be a point. Southern Nazarene. Southwest Baptist fighting to keep it alive. They will. Madeline Lynch trying to take advantage. Players out of position. She can't take advantage. Beautiful kill. Rademacher showing up in a big way once again.
Rademacher is going to continue to do what she does. We talked about it. By far the best attacking outside on the SBU roster. At just a sophomore here for the Bearcats, I have a feeling, Grant, regardless of whether they end up ultimately winning or losing, she is going to have a successful career at that university.
Bachelorette. That's a setback. Miscommunication. The best when you the triangle was real. Tatum Smith. Nice Brubaker. Now it's Malden on the attack. Smith keeps it alive. Bearcats far side. Nothing doing for McNeil. Now that's what. Rademacher.
How many kills is she up to right now, Grant?
A lot. I can tell you that right now. Eighteen 11. Brubaker. Nice ball to Malden. That's the kill.
Showing them right now, I might be a freshman. I'm here to play, Grant.
Apologize, my stats a second ago weren't updating for some reason. I knew 4 kills must have been incorrect for Rademacher. It's actually 12.
Far too much of an impact here to be that low of a number on this game.
Goodness, Tatum Smith. How about that dig? Rademacher's on the attack. Go back. Point. SBU.
I know Bachelorette, them two having a couple words exchanged across that net after that kill. I got to give it to Rademacher right now. She has certainly not gotten the best of Bachelorette, but game should recognize game. And Storm looking to hopefully come out with a win here.
19-12. Smith with the reception. Now Bowie down the middle. What was Bowie? He loads up and lets it fly. 20-12 now. And interestingly enough, the student section chanting scoreboard after their own team scores. You don't see that very often.
Typically that taunt is for the opponents, Grant.
It's all about mind games. 2013 now, after that point is scored by the Bearcats. Good heads-up play to find the open spot. Peyton Kramer. Sir. Baker. Going back. Ryan Tatum Smith, he passes over. The attack down the middle. That's left wide open.
Not really a whole bunch of resistance being put up right now by the front three for the Storm. really, really, really difficult for the back row to try and be able to cover up that ground. As you know, obviously, typically they're shorter players. They're not able to cover as much ground. Wingspan is not as big as the front row. And so you've got to be able to make those windows a lot tighter in order to be able to put people in defensive spots to succeed there, Grant. Not able to happen right there for the Storm.
20-14 is the score. You're up 6. You're trying to get 5 more. Kent, we talked about it. Is SMU comfortable? You said, yeah, maybe, but you're hoping to get the next 8. At that point, they needed 8. Now you just need 5. Coming out of this break, what's the game plan?
You know, the game plan right now, quite frankly, it sounds so stereotypical, Grant. You stick with what you've been doing. As of right now, you're together. Maybe a couple defensive mishaps on those last couple of volleys. You stick with what you're doing. You let people fill into their roles. You try to put as little pressure on the back row as possible, as there's a lot of ground that they got to cover, and you let your hitters hit. You do what people do best.
That's a good point. Letting your hitters hit. Setting players up. What they're made to. You know, letting the team know, hey, you may be up late, maybe up big late, a chance to seal the deal. That doesn't mean we're going sloppy. That doesn't mean we're trying things that we shouldn't be trying. We're coming in and taking care of business.
Absolutely not. I think this really can be a proving ground, regardless of conference or non-conference opponents. This really should be a proving ground for the SNU Storm, because I know Coach Ingram understands that there are conference games that will be at stake later in this season, where you, quite frankly, can't afford to have a lot of these mistakes.
Adeline Lynch keeps out a violation at the net. I mean, certainly Danny Belcher had an opportunity. We'll get a discussion. It looks like this point may be reversed. We'll talk about it. Haley Brubaker giving her best. What are you talking about, look? And Kent, I would not want to be on the receiving end of that. I mean, that is terrifying. But it's followed by celebration. It will be 21-14 SMU holding on to a touchdown lead.
Absolutely ecstatic reaction there by Brubaker. As well, maybe we see SBU still coming up to dispute this point.
No doubt the Bearcats have been upset by the officiating today. They've made that clear. But at some point, can you blame referees for a 7-point deficit?
You know, absolutely not. Maybe by, if it starts to get into those, existential numbers where, you're down 10, 15, 18, 20, then maybe so.
Attack down the middle. Picked up well by Malden. Bowie got up the middle. Myers. Had a good look. Now the attack from the Bearcats. Oh, good. Send him near. Talk about power.
You wonder where you're going to right now if you're the Crimson Storm and who should get the ball in their hands. I go with Brubaker. Excellent playmaker, excellent captain, knows who should have the ball in a given moment. Letters aside.
Whitney Bowie. Big time kill. That'll make it 22-16. Brubaker. Bowie. Bowie got it sent back with a dig. That ball. The ball. SMU. Now 10. Now 22-16.
It's a good thing we're not in college algebra. Is that right, Grant?
I would never take that class again. I took it in high school.
Amen. Holy Moses, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Brubaker to Mojica. Picked up well by the Bearcats. They'll attack far side. Well attacking well and strong Lauren Pritchett able to grab it and went with the 22-17. SMU needing 3. You send in Ian Milwaukee. big time 3-point shooter. Just a little preview for basketball season.
You know, as of right now, I think he fit in right there with the height of the back row, but might not be able to react quite as quick. I know he's been banged up for a while there, Grant.
Serve, Henry Lassiter. Received by Malden. Now Brubaker finds Henry. Bounce right back out.
You know, I think it's safe to say with just a 4-point stretch in between the Storm and the Bearcats right now, a little bit too comfortable right now, Grant.
Another Lassiter serve. Brubaker setting to Henry. Henry wants redemption. So far. That's a Henry. Big time. How do you like it, Ken?
You know, there's nothing better than being able to see people, put in their specific spots to succeed. And right there, Brubaker, again, like I said, the playmaker, the court vision captain, able to do that once again.
David Brubaker with a big serve. Now the attack is Pritchett. To Mojica down the middle. They get a kick.
And Rademacher trying to keep that alive best he can there. Grant playing a little soccer along with volleyball.
And Ella Rademacher's just an athlete doing everything she can. Unfortunately for her, not much is able to come of it as it's 24-18. Brubaker hoping to have the final serve off the match. She will not. That one hits net. Another service error. SNU.
You know, you always want to be able to end the game with having the serve on your own side there, but it looks like we're going to have to do it from the defensive end today.
It's a serve picked up well. Sonny Bachelet on the attack. Now the Bearcats. For a kill to cut the lead down to 4. Make no mistake, SBU is still plenty alive in this one. SMU looking to seal the deal. A serve from Lawrence again. Brubaker finds Mojica. Tina Mojica can't end it. Again, pressure. Now an opportunity for the Storm. Tessa Henry. No. One more. Attack. Rademacher now. That's wet. Won't fall. Rademacher. Goodbye. That's gonna do it. Say good night to the Bearcats. Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm defend home court once more. SBU can't get it done. SMU wins in 4. Kent, what are you thinking?
You know, I'm thinking right now, excellent non-conference win right there by the Storm. Able to work through a little bit of the kinks throughout that game. Some miscommunication, some natural mishaps that will happen in the course of a college athletic event. But you put your people that are experienced, that have been there before, have gone through the tough times, have been there through a lot of maybe disappointing times as of last year. We may think back to those playoffs and, putting yourself in a position to succeed, putting your teammates in a position to succeed, and ultimately taking, being coachable. I mean, there was a handful of timeouts there where we could tell there was a little bit of a difference in the morale, in the discipline, and in the detail of the SNU offense and defense and the way that they approach this game. And that is extremely key, is you have to be able to recognize good coaching and be able to take it for what it's worth, Grant.
Yeah, absolutely. Daily Brubaker going to be our player of the game. 44 assists, 3 aces, and 21 digs. Again, 44 assists, 3 aces, and 21 digs. Excellent ball game for Mother Brew here tonight, especially considering no other player tonight had more than 2 assists.
My goodness, Grant, you talk about, Tessa Henry, becoming junior, 142 hitting percentage last year. That's on the up and up. You've got Whitney Bowie, 100 blocks, 305 hitting percentage, and then obviously you've got the big cannon on the opposite side with Bachelorette, a 407.5 GAC hitting percentage last year. Looking to maybe top that this season. And so you've got those three big key pieces, a lot of people that can help you out along the way. But again, it takes a humble attitude to be able to recognize who to get it to and when. And Brubaker is the perfect candidate to do just that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we've talked about it a lot. She might actually be upset with us that we've said it so much. Mother Brew, as a motherly figure, really making sure all her kids are getting enough touches with the ball. Hey, we'll take a quick break and be right back for our post-game interviews. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
And we are back with Kaylee Brubaker. Kaylee, they call you Mother Brew because you take care of your kids on the floor. You were really facilitating. 44 assists. Was that the game plan for you to be the one sharing the ball?
For sure. I mean, my job is to put my hitters in the best position possible. So if I have 44 assists, that means my hitters did their job too. So it's a team thing.
Yeah, and a big-time win tonight over SBU, a big non-conference opponent. What were the vibes on the court during the game there?
We've been playing a lot. Our bodies are tired. We know it's mind over matter right now, and we just have to really push each other hard emotionally, physically, all the things. Vibes are good. We always want to come out with a win, especially when we're at home and people are here to come and watch us.
Yeah, and a lot of people here tonight, they were loud as as well as they were against UCO. Can you talk to that a little bit, what that means?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I mean, we love it when our fans come and support us. It makes us feel good, and it makes us feel good that they come back to watch us. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Well, it was obviously a good product today. 4-set win for SNU. Kaylee, what else do you have to say?
Nothing. My team's awesome. Defenders did awesome. You know, we haven't played a team that plays volleyball like that yet, and so to be able to come out and battle and win is awesome.
Absolutely. Hey, that's all we're going to get with Kaylee Brubaker. We'll let her go. Awesome game, Kaylee.
Thank you.
Can't wait for tomorrow. We'll be back after this. And we're back with Coach Ingram here. Coach, it was a big-time win for your squad. Kaylee Brubaker leading the charge with 44 assists. Can you talk about her play tonight?
Kaylee's been super solid all season long. I mean, we don't do what we do without what she does and the work that she puts in on a day-to-day basis. But she's doing a great job of really spreading the ball out, trying to find our middles anytime she can. There's not a lot of setters that can set the ball from all the different locations that she can, but also is really good at finding her hitters in odd situations. So super impressed with her play. Not only that, she's playing defense like crazy. Everybody's trying to take her out, which is part of the game plan. Ours for us against other teams, trying to take that setter out, make somebody else have to set that ball up. But she's been so solid on defense, and she's even put up some really good blocks at times. So super proud of her. Her all-around game is really, really good right now.
Oh, absolutely. And it was a good time to have a great game against a solid non-conference opponent. Can you speak to that a little bit about what this game really was coming in on the schedule? Was it really one that you had circled heading into conference play, or was it just another non-conference opponent?
No, none of these games are just non-conference games. This is a team that's once again within our region, so it helps in how you stack up against everybody else within your region. So all these games matter. But this was kind of a little bit of a revenge game from last year. We went down to their place, had a big win, Drury the night before, and then went over to SBU and didn't play as well the next day. So it was nice for us to rebound. Would have been nice to have gotten them in 3 today, but I'm not going to gripe. A win's a win. And we had to fight for it. I mean, that's a good team. I mean, they're doing some things that are a little bit different. They run a triple middle offense, which we hadn't seen that this year, so we had to kind of adjust to that a little bit. And then both of their right sides are really, really solid. So props to them. The coach does a great job of preparing those girls, and they fought us every step of the way. I was looking down at my sheet, and I keep earn points, and pretty much every game we were having to earn the majority of our points. I'm talking like 20 out of the 25 we're having to earn. It's not like they're giving us a bunch of points. So they're well coached. It's a good team, and they're going to do a lot of good things within their own conference.
Yeah, and you talk about how they play a little different than most teams you've seen. Was that something that you had to focus on with the game plan, or what was your strategy there to combat that?
We knew there was going to be a little difference in some of the things they did, but neither one of us, me and my assistant, even my student assistant, didn't pick up the triple middle necessarily offense. That's exactly what they were doing. But once we kind of figured out that, and then the other stuff, we kind of knew what they were doing. But he made some great adjustments too, watching film on us, I'm sure. Kind of knew where our spots were that we like to try to score. So we had to kind of readjust some of the things that we were doing from the offensive standpoint. But props once again to my defense. They continue to be really, really good. Girls are doing a great job setting blocks, getting touches. So just excited about what we're doing right now.
All right, anything else heading into tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround, so we got to get refocused again and get prepared for another good team. We'll look here in a little bit and see how they did. Drury's playing Southeastern tonight. These two teams are trading places, so we'll see kind of how they did there tonight. But it'll be another good non-conference matchup. We just got to be ready to play and come out and go hard again. It's always nice to be at home. I want to catch every one of these we can at home and make sure the W is for us.
All right, well, that's Coach Ingram. We'll see him again tomorrow against Drury, like he said. Well, that's going to be the end of the broadcast here on the SNU Athletics YouTube page. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Be there.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.